Holy base of the pilot seat, Batman! Hello there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have issue 20 of Hachette's Build the Batmobile Tumbler. Now you'll be happy to know there's a little bit more to do in this one. Not a lot more, but a little bit more to do. We are going to start making this seat look like a seat. And it's going to look good when it's done. I can't keep reassuring you of this, but it's going to look good when it's done. At the end of this one, we talk about the release of Batman Returns. So it's now summer 1992. And it's about to break all the box office records. Or is it? But we talk about that at the end. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get this chair built. Okay, my little Batmites. Let's get this one open. So that's a nice decent chunk there. That's the base of the seat. We've got CP screws. And we have 4 parts. Not loads, but I've seen what this is going to do, and it kind of makes a little bit of sense based on what we did the last one. So what we're going to do this time round is we are going to attach these arms to the chair, and I will show you how that is going to work. So, taking our chair here, we are going to take which one? This one. Yes. Is it that one? This is bloody confusing. Yeah, it is. He's got left or right on them. They have. That helps. Right, okay. Right. So this is right. And we need left. So this is the one we're using. Okay. Okay, so making sure your arms are back like so. That's how you're going to be. So that's how you're looking at this point. We're going to take our first one here. I'm going to pop that in there like so. And then we're going to bring that one round to cover the pin at the top. Now, I'll pop the screw through because I want to hold it, and then hopefully it should just go in. Yeah. God, Scott, you're so bloody clever. Right, there we go. That worked lovely. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the second arm over here. I'm going to pop the screw in advance. Then it should hold and go straight in. So we're going to go into this hole here. This is just push to fit this part. Then bringing that up, we're going to lock over that arm there, like so. There we go. And then I'll screw grab it and go straight in. Yay! That works well. Good tip for you if you're building this. That is a lot easier. There we go. So that is how we are now looking. So that is how your chair should be looking at this point. Let's make sure that is how your chair is supposed to be looking at this point. It is how your chair is supposed to be looking at this point. Excellent. Next thing we do is going to screw this to the base. Okay, so taking our chair here and our base, we're going to slide in. There we go. This will lock into place. There we go. 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 And that is how we're going to be. So it's going to fit like so. And we're going to hold this in with 2 CP screws. Now we're starting to look a bit more like a chair. So I'm happy about that. Let's get CP screw into this side first. I mean, the first part now, we look at it, so we got the back of a chair. That's what we got the last one. It wasn't in this issue, the pilot seat. No, in this issue, the back of the pilot seat. The kind of back of the pilot seat. But it's a very complicated chair. I mean, other chairs I've had in Partworks in the past have just been, you know, literally turns up, you screw the bottom to the top and then that's it. Maybe put a pad on. So let's get this one screwed in. There we are. So that is how we're now looking. Now we have 2 more pieces to attach to this. And where are they going to go? So these are just pressed to fit. These look like, I don't know, armrests. I'm not sure what these are. But these are going to just push to fit. So we have these pieces here. And there are 2 holes here and here, as you can see. So the first one's going to go in like there and there. And push that one in. I'm going to flip this around and do the exact same thing on the other side. So that one's going to push in there, and that one's going to push in there. There we are. So we're starting to look a lot more like a seat now, aren't we? Kind of. It's looking good. Let's have a chat. So it's looking good. I mean, it's now looking like a chair. So that's where we are. And I know in the next one we're getting the pads. So the pads have gone on the back and the pads have gone on the bottom. It's now going to actually look like a chair. So in 2021, is that where we are? 21. We get the pads for the chair. So that'll be, it's going to look good. It's starting to look good. It is slow progress. You know, I'm with you on that one. It's slow progress. But it is what it is. It's all got to be done. So don't worry about, oh, what great big pieces. You're going to get them. You're going to get them. But we got to do all the little pieces as well. That's the way it is. Good things come to those who wait, you know. If you just stick around with the build instructions, thank you for stopping by. Please remember to both like and subscribe. Helps the channel massively, and we really do appreciate all of your support. If you stick around for a Bat Chat, we've been talking about Batman Returns. So Batman Returns is now being released at the cinema to humongous anticipation. Everybody wants to see Batman Returns, but we are in the middle of pretty much a global recession in 1992, so money is tight. So people will be a little bit more selective about what they go and see. They're only going to see things once, they're not going twice. And Batman Returns doesn't get great reviews. Unanimously, everybody reviews it, raves about Michelle Pfeiffer. They all say that she absolutely knocks out the park as Catwoman. She's fantastic. But what they don't like is the fact that there's not a lot of Batman in it. I thought that's a bit of a weird thing to say, so I went back and watched it for this. I'm like, no, they're right. There's not a lot of Batman in Batman Returns. They put all of the emphasis on the villains. And they did that in 89 Batman as well. There's more Joker on screen than there is Batman, and that happens in this one. So there is a lot more Catwoman, Penguin, and Max Schreck than there is Batman. Batman's got like 4 scenes in this movie. That's it, which is weird for a Batman movie, right? Which is part of the problem. So people do rave about the kind of the style of it. They like that. But there is concerns by the reviewers that maybe it's a little too dark, because it is a dark movie. I mean, this is what people tend to forget, that we've gone from kind of Zoc Power Biff, and 89 was dark. 92 just really ratcheted that up, and we get really dark. I mean, ultimately, the plot of Batman Returns is that Oswald Cobblepot becomes the Penguin, is adopted by sort of a thug circus gang, and he wants revenge on the people of Gotham. He wants revenge on the children of Gotham that he was thrown away and they weren't. So his plan is to abduct all of the children in the night and throw a load of babies into a vat of toxic waste. It's strong, isn't it? If you think about it, he's going to throw kids into toxic waste. That's what the movie's about. At the same time, Catwoman's into it because she's been murdered by her boss by throwing her out of a window. Again, it's dark. It's dark. And Batman is killing like there's no tomorrow in this one. So Batman, who famously doesn't kill anyone, just can't stop killing people in Batman Returns. I mean, he murders a lot of dudes in this movie. There's a lot of blood in it. It's graphic. It's strong. It is really upped it. So it's affected the box office. So we've gone from 480 million with Batman 89 to 260 million with Batman Returns, which sounds like a lot of money, but they spent 55 million making this movie. They then dropped another 100 million promoting it. So they spent 155 million on Batman Returns. They need Batman Returns to make at least 300 million to break even. It doesn't. It makes 266 million. So as far as Warner Brothers are concerned, the movie's a bomb. It isn't. Financially, it does really well. It becomes the fastest film to make $100 million. It beats Batman's record. It has the highest opening of any movie for that weekend. It breaks every record, but only for that 1 week. The drop-off in week 2 is huge. So the drop-off in revenue in week 2 is 44%. So the box office take a drop by 44%. By the 3rd week, it drops 44%. By the 4th week, it drops from number 1 to number 4. Sister Act is doing better than it. By the end of the year, Batman Returns is the 6th highest grossing movie, which for a movie they spent 155 million on isn't good enough. The films that beat it were The Bodyguard, A League of Their Own, Sister Act, and a couple of others, Patriot Games. it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough, and they weren't happy because the other thing that happened as well is the merchandise sales weren't great. And what really got them in trouble was that some of their biggest promotional partners were not happy with the movie that was released. And we will go into why McDonald's got as furious as they got in issue 21. We will be back very soon for more of the Batmobile Tumbler, more Bat Chat as well. We will be adding more to this chair. It's going to look good. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Please remember to like and subscribe. And remember, Gotham needs us.